What's up, everybody? I am here in Chattanooga, Tennessee for this year's conference symposium led by the Turtle Survival Alliance and other groups here on turtle conservation. People from all over the world have come here to Chattanooga for this conference. It's my first time going. Now, the conference is normally held at a rough week. It's like my birthday and my daughter's birthday, and I've never been able to come before. My partner, the president of the Turtle Room, Steve Enders, is always here. So it's nice to join him and others. I'm going to introduce you to our new board member right now. I'm super excited about it. There are so many talks. This is an action-packed week full of important conservation topics, one after another, rapid fire. And I'm trying to prepare my brain to take in as much information as I can. Now, today, the first day of the conference is held here at Tennessee Aquarium, which is one of the top 4 or 5 destinations in terms of zoos and aquaria in the U.S. in terms of their turtle collections. If you look at Tony Monahan's book, this is in the top 4 or 5 in terms of the amount of turtle diversity that they have here. When an aquarium like this, a beautiful state-of-the-art facility, is run by people who love turtles, amazing things happen, and I can't wait to share it with you. We're really doing it. All right, I'm here with Justin. Justin is a new board member for the Turtle Room, and this is your first time at the TSA as well.
Yep, this is my first turtle conference period, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Awesome. Yeah, it seems great. The location is amazing. Your t-shirt is amazing. Can we talk about that?
Thank you. Yeah, this existed before I willed it into creation. So go on Amazon. No affiliate link here, but you should definitely check it out.
Normally I'm like repping things that are like, you know, support this organization, or like this awesome idea, or like this bigger effort, that sort of thing. This is just somebody had an awesome design online, and it's like the wolves howling at the moon.
I was going to say, like
wolves.
Zach Galifianakis sort of hangover style, but
yes.
turtle conference. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. I like to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack, but now that's grown because you're here.
That's awesome.
I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack.
We're doing it.
Yeah, so we've got big Barbour's map there. You can see the big head. It makes me wonder if that one was originally wild at some point. Either that had been definitely feeding it mollusks and stuff. Oh wow, there's spotted turtles in here too. It looks like a Kaggle's map turtle. Got river cooters. There's male Barbours down there. There's what looks like to be a Pearl River up there probably. Bunch more cooters and chicken turtles. Sawback of some kind, I can't tell from here.
It's a yellow blotch.
Might be yellow blotched. Like there's the scutes are peeling and there's a little bit of calcium there, so I'm not seeing big yellow blotches, but I saw a ring map swimming around somewhere. Oh, there it is. Look at how many spots are on that spotty. That's a lot of spots.
So right now, we're behind the scenes at Tennessee Aquarium, one of the best zoological institutions in the entire country in terms of turtle collections. And I have a feeling that's because of the gentleman who I'm standing next to right now. Yeah, you won't take credit for it, but let's be honest. Why does the Tennessee Aquarium, first of all, this is Bill Hughes.
Hi.
Bill, it's such an honor. We just met a couple minutes ago, and I'm like smitten because this is someone I've looked up to for a really, really long time.
Wait, I'm looking up to you.
Only
this is metaphorically.
Okay. Yes, only literally. Yeah, so why? Why does the Tennessee Aquarium care about all of these different species of rare turtles when so many other zoos seem not to? Those are my words, not yours. But
no, it's okay. I ask myself that question sometimes too, about why other places don't care, because I feel like turtles should be, you know, there's a lot of species small enough you can squeeze them in.
Right.
Historically, we've had turtles. When the aquarium opened in 91, 92, Dave Collins, the original curator, was a turtle guy, so he got turtles, and we just kind of kept the ball rolling. And Dave now works for TSA. Kevin's my boss now. He's taking more breaks off, so we got more turtles.
I love that's great.
We've gotten turtle. I mean, we try not to take every turtle that comes along.
Right.
We do have a collection plan. We try to get species that other places don't exhibit or things that are rare. And for stuff for breeding, these days we breed a lot of Cichlia quadraculata and some beals. We've had success with Depressa the past couple of years.
I saw the Depressa. They're
Yeah.
so great to see them. And not only
They're-
that, but they're
they're
growing so smoothly.
They're
because
growing really.
That's a species that you see get so wonky in captivity.
Yeah,
all
so
the
their
time.
parents were the first ones we had here, and we got them as hatchlings. And I raised them up, but I didn't, at the time I didn't know to keep them really wet.
Right.
I give them lots of protein, so they don't look great, but
Yeah.
they make nice babies, and genetically they're a good pair.
That's wonderful.
But they're doing the Depressa thing. They bred last year the 7 hatchlings, the year before 2. This year no eggs, and it's a weird thing with Depressa. There's like a pattern that we're not sure what
Take
we're
some
seeing.
years off, sort of thing.
Yeah, but not sure why.
Sporadically,
Like,
and-
where you think here food's optimum and stuff like that. So not
That's
sure.
wonderful.
Maybe one day we'll figure it out.
And you've got all the Cuora here, the Asian box turtles.
Yes.
A lot of which there are a lot of species here that you really don't see at but maybe a handful of zoos, or some of them no zoos. I mean, so I saw Geomyta japonica. That's a species you don't see at zoos. You have several of the flowerback species, so galbinifrons and barretti. You have Beretti, you have Aurocapitata and Panai, the 2 species that are from a little bit more northern range in China and like it more cold. You just don't see them at many zoos. There are zoos that have some of these things, but you just don't see them, especially in the same place. And it's amazing for someone who's like an outsider to come to Tennessee, because we have Zoo Knoxville with their tortoises, and then you guys here with your turtles. It's just amazing to see.
Yeah, it is really cool. I like coming to work. I like
believe
seeing
you.
Cuora. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of my. There were species I always wanted to work with, and it's really cool to come to work every day and see a baby galbinifrons.
I'm looking at it right now and like that is
Staring
just so
at me.
awesome. I have a fertile egg right now for galbinifrons.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That would be a fantastic thing.
Yeah. From orange adults that I'm looking at an orange baby right now, and I'm just like, oh my
And
gosh.
that is because of the Turtle Survival Alliance, their center, because we get babies of these from them.
Got it, to have on display. So you're not breeding everything.
We're not
here,
breeding,
but
no. A lot of
most-
this stuff comes from other zoos. Those came from the Baylor, the Japonica came from the Baylor Center.
Oh, good to know.
Spingleri from Bronx.
Cool. I just
what
saw the
next?
Japonica at the Baylor Center a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we've got 2. Don't know what sex they are, but they're very exciting, and it makes me happy in a nerdy sort of way to have it next to Spingleri,
Yeah.
so you can compare and contrast.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Is there any advice that you give to anybody who's looking to get into this field, or maybe keepers who are interested, like zookeepers who are interested in turtles, and maybe want to make a change within their own collection at their zoos, that sort of thing?
There's a couple of things for new keepers, especially. So the Colonian tag, the AZA Colonian tag, we're partnering with Turtle Survival Center, so we have an annual class on turtle husbandry. It lasts about a week, and we just started that. That's been really successful. I've actually seen past students here now that are more gung-ho about turtles, because we basically immersed them in turtles for a week. They kind of liked them before, but then that kind of cemented the deal. So that's something to consider. It's hard to, if you're working a place that doesn't have turtles, and you're low in a totem pole, it might be hard to get that. But, keep pushing it. Talk about publicity-wise, because that's important. Displaying species that are probably extinct in the wild. It's sad, but it's cool, and that's part of the reason we have these. It's that the people that come here, they've never heard of some of these things. Probably,
Right.
They're never going to see one in the wild. But it's like here's your opportunity to see one.
Right. And as we're here,
Kind of an interesting thing. It's like these guys are ambassadors for these guys.
Right.
You may never actually. I'm probably never going to see these things in the wild. I mean, you
Oh,
can't go to China and find these things.
I think McCordy hasn't been found since 2010,
Yeah.
and Aurocapitata is not that far after this,
No.
2013, I think. But yeah, as we're in here, people are walking by. It's packed. This place is huge. It's beautiful, state of the art, and it's packed with people. And it should be. And it's just so great to see something like that. So you're absolutely right. They're seeing these species that I care so much about that they wouldn't see otherwise. What could be better?
And maybe it makes a connection, and that's what you're hoping for. The other thing we like about the nursery is when it was designed, the bottom row, it's not the easiest thing to access from back here. I found like garden pad. That's the new secret because the stool is awkward, but it's kid friendly. So I'll come down here sometimes and there's just little kids sitting on the floor looking in because it's at the right height. Yeah. So you don't have to go, oh, there's a turtle, I want to see it. I don't want to pick you up. It's right there. That I think is a big deal. Awesome. It's made me more aware of like people wanting to see stuff that, you know, don't build everything this high and stuff. That's interesting. Again, it's awkward. It's
people
awkward.
Visit me and my stuff is my top level and nobody can see. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
it's
much.
Great to meet you.
Thank you for everything you do. All of you, your whole team. It's just an honor to be here. Been wanting to come here for like 15 years. I'm going to lose it right now. This is a species that I've raised before. I actually have a good egg at home. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx myself. But this is the Indo-Chinese flowerback box turtle, or galbinifrons as they're known. This is why we use scientific names, because sometimes the common names just aren't good to use. But it's a beautiful little orange one, and they hatch here. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. This is by far the strongest little hatchling I've ever felt too, and I've raised quite a few of these now. Wow, what a little monster. This thing is just incredible. I can't even believe it. The species is critically endangered in the wild, and they're very, very rarely bred in captivity. Even among flowerbacks, which all three of the species, the flowerback box turtle species, are bred in very low numbers. But of the three, this might be the toughest to breed. I'm so sorry. This might be the toughest to breed. Where Pictorata is rare, and they're rarely bred because they're so rare in captivity, Barretti seems to be a little more common and to breed a little bit more. So I'm going to put this one down and not bother it anymore. And I can't believe my life is real. Right now, Justin and I are standing in front of the incubators too, and I see some eggs in here, and also some baby turtles that are kind of using the incubator for the first few weeks of life sort of thing. It's really cool to see. These look beautiful. I mentioned we were behind the scenes at Tennessee Aquarium, one of the most amazing turtle-centric zoos or aquariums that you could be at, aquaria that you could be at in the United States. And now we're at an even more secluded behind the scenes spots. We're like leveled up here, and we are actually up on the roof. So when you look at Tennessee Aquarium, one of the things you notice from outside is these amazing greenhouse structures up on the roof that really give the building its charm and its amazing, you know, look from outside. Well, guess what? It's full of turtles, because this is a premier turtle institution. And I can't believe my eyes right now. I'm looking at rare endangered species after endangered species. It's clean, it smells clean. They're so well cared for, they're so beautiful, and I cannot tell you how floored I am by the amazing professionals here that are doing what they do with these turtles, and then just these amazing turtles that you just don't see ever. It's awesome. crouching below this beam right here because this space was not built for me, which is fine. I'm used to it. I'm hanging out right now with Yucatan box turtles, Terrapene yucatana. This species is really beautiful. They're really yellow. There's not much to not like about them, right? They're a box turtle like many of us in the US love so much, but they're from Mexico, and they're being poached and smuggled into the US, and more often into the US and then overseas to Asia. So it's really important that you proceed with caution or don't proceed at all if it's Yucatana, because they're bred in captivity very rarely. And like I said, they're being poached a ton and they don't do well. These animals are subjected to horrible conditions. So that means you might not do well with them. You'll likely not do well with them if you do acquire some. And most importantly, when you acquire poached animals, smuggled animals, you are participating in the illegal pet trade, even if you're far down the chain, right? So be mindful of that. Be very wary and skeptical. And if you want cool animals, stick with it. I'm a testament to that. There was a time when I thought I'll never have cool animals, and now I have all the animals I could ever dream of. Just be smart and understand that we're doing this for the animals, not for pride of wanting the next best thing or something that's going to make someone down the street from us jealous for what we have. Okay? It's all about the animals, and these guys are suffering right now. So be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. So again, this area was not built for me, but I'm huddled into a little crevice next to the Cicalia. What's interesting about this one is they have fabricated this glass rectangle inside of this terrarium that acts as a nesting area. What's even more interesting is the substrate and how they have the substrate situated. It's kind of something that most turtle breeders, aquatic turtle breeders, know, that a turtle is less likely usually to lay their eggs if the depth that they're going to be digging into the substrate to lay those eggs is below where they know the water level is. But in this enclosure here, this habitat, it's much lower than the top of the water level. So they're coming up and then coming way down to lay those eggs below the level of the water, well below the level of the water. So it's really interesting. It obviously works, or they wouldn't have it set up this way. They breed a ton of four-eyed turtles. Cicalia is the genus. They're an Asian genus. Right now, there are officially 2 species within that genus. And this zoo breeds a ton of them. And Bill Hughes is one of the leading experts on this genus of turtle. So if they're doing it, it's kind of one of those interesting things. A lot of times turtle keeping is just trial and error, but they're doing it successfully. You should still keep it in mind when you're setting up your things, but they're doing it successfully the opposite way. Interesting. Right now, Charlie, one of the keepers here, is going to take out a male Barbour borneensis in full breeding coloration. I can't wait. Oh, he's here. Yes. Look at this turtle. Charlie, tell me about this turtle.
Yeah, so this is, here, we can get in some light over here.
Let's do it.
So you can
Come on
really
over.
see them. This is Barbour borneensis. These guys, painted river terrapin, they come from Borneo, as the name suggests. But they're one of the coolest turtles around. You see this is a male. He has the beautiful colors on his shell here. That beautiful pattern. And if you look at his head, they actually get brighter than this. This is kind of like coming off-season color right now. But they're just a gorgeous species. They're also one of the most unique natural histories. So the females of the species, these guys live in kind of like mangrove areas, freshwater areas. But the females will swim into freshwater or saltwater oceanic beaches. So they'll leave that freshwater, go into the ocean. They'll lay their nests next to like green sea turtle nests. And they can't survive in the saltwater. They have to find their way back to that freshwater. They have no mechanism to get that salt out of the water. So they'll actually die if they're out there for too long. So it's crazy to think, it's like, why is this animal risking it and going out there to lay its eggs? But it's one of the most endangered species of turtles, or top 25 at-risk species. And mostly for right now, it's from poaching for eggs. So a lot of people eat this species' eggs. They'll go out on the beaches. There's usually so many of them laying them. They'll just dig up as many nests as they can to eat them. So.
And Charlie just took this turtle out for us, and I could cry.
Oh yeah, they're
That's
just
awesome.
so cool. And this guy's the mascot of our conference here, so it's good for people to get a good close look at him.
That's true. He's on the T-shirt. And people, if I'm not mistaken, a common name for these, one of the common names is watermelon turtle. They have the look, the carapace, when looking at the markings, kind of look like a gray watermelon.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we've already been going through the aquarium here, Tennessee Aquarium, and the place is incredible, right? I can't tell you enough how incredible it is. I'm always positive and constructive and happy to be at the places I'm at, but this place is insane. And I've wanted to come here for 15 years. Now, as I've been seeing all of these things here, I realized, you know what? I need to just get up here and take you through this place the way it's intended. So you start on this escalator that goes way, way up to the top of the building. And there are two buildings. One is river, one is ocean. I'm just staying in river because I want the turtles. And you basically work your way all the way down. You just get to walk downhill the entire time, and it takes you almost like you're going along a river. So it's beautiful. I'm taking you with me, and I'm not showing you all the animals here, but I'm showing you most of the turtles because there is a lot. I wish there was a way to express how big this place is right now. And right now we're looking at these river giants. There are absolutely massive turtles and fish in there. I see right now a sturgeon and a big ray in there, and an aripama that's about the size of a car. I'm hanging out right now at the touch tank. Normally I wouldn't partake. I'm just here for the turtles, but these are my favorite fish. These are sturgeon. Oh, the water's so nice and cold. Ah, I touched the sturgeon. Sturgeon get huge. Absolutely massive, and their eggs are what's called caviar. They're a dish that affluent people eat to show other affluent people that they got it like that. And unfortunately, that's not always been good for sturgeon, but I think there are some more sustainable ways to do that from what I gather. I'm no expert for sure, but we should respect these animals and their habitats. And I'm not eating any caviar, and you don't need to either. Just saying. I'm standing in front of this cool habitat. It's adjacent to an amazing turtle habitat that I'm about to show you in a moment, but I just had to call out a couple things here. First of all, there's a pretty large alligator snapping turtle. It's really cool to see. It is, right now, it's even past vertical and almost leaning back while it hangs on the vertical ledge here to be able to easily breathe air while in the water, because as you see, the water in this habitat is pretty deep, even for a large alligator snapper. So right now it is kind of hanging back, which is a cool pose to see. At the same time, it's cohabitating with some American alligators, an iconic species here in the US, of course, and they have nail caps that cover their nails. Now, I'm not a gator crocodilian keeper by any means, but I assume maybe it's for when they're handled, the keepers, maybe it's for the habitat, I'm not really sure. But I would think for other animals in the habitat, we'd be more concerned about the teeth. But it's cool to see them. It almost looks like they have painted nails. Very pretty. My daughters would love that if they were here. Cool. You know what they say, 3 really is a crowd. This habitat is absolutely incredible. They're cohabiting a lot of different species. There's a lot of different map turtle species in here. There are cooters that are having a field day, just enjoying their time with each other. Jay is behind the camera right now laughing at me because I said cooters. Let's be adults here. Let's be adults here. It is the common name for the entire genus Pseudemes, commonly referred to as cooters, very common in the southern U.S. Also up near where I live in the Northeast as well. We have red-bellied cooters as well. But there's also spotted turtles in here. Now, would you ever think about keeping spotted turtles in 3 feet of water? Well, they do it here. They do it successfully. The animals are extremely happy. They know their habitat and they navigate it really well. And that makes sense. I mean, there are places where I find spotted turtles where the water is deeper. They are water turtles after all. And there's also a softshell turtle in here. So cohabiting a lot of species together can be possible, but you have to really keep an eye on them. There were some animals off exhibit that didn't really work out in here. So you have to be really diligent. And then also when you provide an incredible habitat like this, it also makes it more doable. So this is something that 99.9% of people aren't going to be able to provide. So keep that in mind when you think about cohabiting turtles, because it is definitely a slippery slope. You have to be careful and always keep animal welfare top of mind when you do something like that. Anytime you keep animals. So cool. One of the themes here at this, the best aquarium in all of the United States for turtle lovers, is keeping turtles that most people don't really seem to care or know much about. This habitat here houses 2 such species. We have Cicalia, the 4-eyed turtles that we saw on the roof, and also Vietnamese pond turtles. Now, Vietnamese pond turtles are a species that I used to see again and again in like the Hamburg Reptile Expo and places like this, and you couldn't give them away. Maybe $30, and I always thought to myself, I'll get those one day. And around 2015 or 2016, the price for a hatchling skyrocketed to about $800 for a hatchling. It's since the bottom has fallen out again, and there's not much value for those turtles, which is probably a good thing. So they're not being illegally traded everywhere, but they're a species that not many people know about and not many people appreciate. And I just want to tell you, I absolutely love and adore them, and you should too. It's cool to see an aquarium care about that. This habitat houses 3 of my favorite species, all box turtles from Asia. We have the jagged-shelled box turtle, Cuora mahudii, also Barrett's box turtle, Cuora barretti, and also the flowerback box turtle or Indo-Chinese box turtle, Cuora galbinifrons, which, I mean, these things are incredible. Now, what's really interesting, the keeper here, the head keeper, Bill, who we met earlier, said that this turtle right here, she is captive bred, which you can see. She's grown really well, but you can see that she's captive bred. She's only 7 years old, and she's probably the biggest galbinifrons I've ever seen at 7 years old. So that is a monster turtle. It's cool to see her. This habitat is like 15 feet tall. I was just talking about the snakeneck turtles and how amazing it is that their habitat is so deep. It's like 6 feet or 7 feet deep. This is like 15 feet deep, and there's Hillari up top and Hillari down below on the bottom. That's incredible. Hillari being the Argentine side neck turtle, which is a very cold tolerant and very large species. Not massive, but a very sizable species that you can see at a lot of zoos and aquariums. They're really good species to have in captivity, but they get big, which is why zoos have them, and not as many private people, especially not where I live. People talk all the time about not wanting to keep turtles in too much water because they could drown. That's so important, right? I'm a proponent for the same thing. Safety is of utmost importance. Then you see things like this. Now, you know how tall I am if you've watched this channel before. I'm standing in front of a habitat that's housing snakeneck turtles that you can see behind me, and it's as deep as I am tall, and it has pretty narrow walls. So as long as the turtles have time to kind of acclimate and find their way around, it can work. Again, I'm not saying you should go and do this, but it's really amazing to see how some of these animals can adapt and kind of use, you know, the skills that they have to, you know, thrive in a variety of environments. So I'm here with Kevin Calhoun, who is actually Bill's boss.
Right.
I just learned that. I didn't realize that. In
Lucky
my
to-
mind,
I'm lucky to have
Bill
Bill.
is the boss of all
Yeah,
bosses.
yeah,
so I didn't know
understand.
that. So that means you're like the real boss.
Yeah.
So this is really a turtle facility. Like,
It is.
I just feel like I should shake your hand and thank you, because I go to zoos all over the place, all over the country, and they're not like this, zoos and aquaria. And that's something you have to be proud of, right? Like, you know that, and people say it, and Tony Monahan, obviously, who wrote the book about all the turtle zoos and everything, featuring you guys in such a special way because of that. Like, that must mean a lot to you.
We
guys.
just saw him walking our galleries. We didn't know who he was or what he was doing.
Right.
So that was awesome. Yeah, that was one of those. Well, you know, luckily, you know, it does start with Bill. I mean, our herpetology coordinator. I just let him have free reign. The nice thing about Bill, he lets me know what's going on. But he'll come and say, hey, you know, this animal's getting too big. You know, what do you think? It's like, get another one. You know, get something. But, you know, Bill can get us about anything we want, basically, which is really nice. He's so well connected.
Right.
And he's got good taste, and he's not a hoarder. Like some herpetologists get to be hoarders. He'll move things out.
Right.
So I was saying earlier that my boss, who is a VP of husbandry, as well as our president, have the support of our turtle collection, which a lot of places, I don't think they care or they don't think about it. But, you know, the curator before me was a turtle guy too. So he really built this collection up, and we just kept it going, basically.
And that's
So,
Dave Collins,
Dave Collins,
who
right.
gave a talk this morning.
Yes, Dave Collins.
An amazing talk on caring for recently confiscated turtles, which is such an important thing right now. Be careful out there if you're seeing turtles for sale. If it's too good to be true, it probably is, and these animals are suffering. It's so important that we do the right thing. And Dave had an amazing talk today.
Dave he's in his niche. He's doing a great job with that. I was the assistant curator under Dave for many years. So I'm an ornithologist by trade. But, you know, being a turtle facility, I've had to learn a lot, and I got the best teachers there is. So, this wonderful. Is having the support. And as Bill said earlier, I mean, just the fact that kids don't have to get picked up by the parents is huge. I mean, I see kids kissing the glass. I see kids, you know, just their visceral response to this exhibit is pretty amazing. So Bill, in the mornings, if there's not a lot of people here, open the door and let kids come in. And he'll let them see, he'll let them hold a turtle sometimes. We can't do that all day long because there's too many people.
Right.
But like I was saying earlier, we do not hire people unless they're willing to interact with the public, because they're our ambassadors. Who's a better ambassador than Bill?
Right.
And Charlie Olson, our other full-time herpetologist, I mean, they do such a good job. So it makes my job easy. So I appreciate everything they do. And like I said, our bosses being willing for us to do this is really amazing.
That's wonderful.
You know, we actually do advertising. We have a big fundraiser every year, and we always bring turtles to it because everybody wants. Our mayor had a selfie with a radiata recently, which I was trying to hold. I thought he was going to drop it, but he had a full-grown male radiata next to his head with a selfie. So, you know, the people really do like turtles.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And you guys probably go through a lot of Windex. I'm looking at people right now getting down and putting their face against the glass.
A lot of wiping, you know, how it's very routine work, but we had our horticulturists pick one, and like Jenna, one of ours, planted this one, and they did such a good job.
Yeah,
so,
you can totally see it.
Yeah,
It's
so we
perfect.
really we try to get everybody involved with our turtle collection because they know how important this is.
So much thought goes into it.
It
I
does.
absolutely love it. I can't
Yes.
thank you enough for giving us behind the scenes access.
Glad you're
but
here.
most importantly, for everything that you do to make the world a better place for these turtles, because they need all the help that they can
Well,
get.
thank you. And you know, we're really happy to have this conference here. I'm not happy that we're not in Tucson right now, but I am happy that we're having it here because it's the conference. And this is it. So
Thank you.
yeah.
So it's late night now, and we've been here for a really long time. It's been a super long day that started at like 5 in the morning. Yesterday started at 1 in the morning. And you know, you've heard me talk a lot about how awesome this place is. Also the fact that it's in the top 5 in terms of the amount of turtle taxa that this has compared to other zoos and aquaria. It's in the top 5. But in terms of aquariums, it's the only aquarium in the top 5. So it is really the best place to be in terms of aquariums and the amount of turtle species that they keep. But there's more than that. This place is beautiful. It's so state of the art and creative in the way that they set everything up. You take that escalator all the way up to then start going down river the whole way. It's just incredible. The habitats that they've created for these turtles, the creative way that they're keeping so many of them, and the species that they care about that so many zoos and aquaria don't care about is just incredible to see. I cannot tell you enough how impressed, how floored I am by what I've seen here today. It's been a long day, and I don't even want to leave. Thanks for checking it out. Be sure to like, subscribe. Let us know what you think about it in the comments. See you next time.
Hit subscribe, join the crew. jusTURTLES, there's always something new.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. Oh, hey, I thought I heard someone back here. Wait a minute. If you're here, then that means you just watched that video all the way till the end, which is pretty amazing considering our videos tend to be a little bit long and I'm also long-winded. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for making the world a better place for turtles and tortoises, because it really means a lot. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, since you watched this long, if you haven't already subscribed, you should consider doing so via this link here in the corner of the screen. Also, if you like this video, I know you'll love our other videos, which you can access here in the other corner of the screen. Like the drip that you saw during the video? I know you did. And yes, I know I'm old. You can access that via this QR code here. And lastly, my Amazon author page, because I am a turtle author. I've written several books about turtles. You can access via this QR code.